Morning, y'all. This is the Peacemaker. How are you doing this fine morning? Today is episode 2 of my series, Love versus Fear. And we're going to talk about peace versus conflict. Peace being a frequency of love and conflict supposedly being a frequency of fear. This is an interesting one because there's actually a few schools of thought on this. The pacifists would say that conflict is always bad or wrong. Those are the terms we want to use. Let's say unhealthy. And some would say that conflict is a necessary part of life. I wouldn't say it's necessary, but I would say in some cases it's unavoidable. Some of those peaceful people on earth have met their demise due to conflict, i.e. Jesus, Martin Luther King, John Lennon, and Gandhi, all peacemakers, met their end via assassination. Here's my thought, that conflict, when approached from a space of anger, like with violence, when it's about me versus you, and me winning and you losing and making it personal, then yes, conflict can be very destructive and unhealthy. However, when conflict or confrontation is approached from a space of love, meaning trying to find an understanding, trying to find a connection, looking for a solution, or creating clarity, then it can be very healthy. If you think about a wound that needs to be healed, it has to be cleaned first. So in some of our lives, either at home or in business, there's an energy that's stuck, just like a wound that needs to be healed. There's an energy that is stuck and has to be addressed in order for it to be uprooted and cleaned out, in order for those situations to heal. So you got to ask yourself, is it more peaceful for me to just let that fester and not address that? Or is it more peaceful to confront that from a space of love so it can? And, that's subjective, depends on the situation. It's tough for me, somebody who used to be like a rageaholic, believe it or not, to pick which is which. It's a conscious decision that I make each and every day. When I have to choose to confront something, I have to search my own feelings and say, is this from pride, ego? Is this me wanting to be right? Or am I really wanting to get clear here? Is this about getting clarity, understanding, gaining knowledge, working with the person to further our relationship? There's some people that are really good at this inherently, and some people that could definitely use a couple of pointers. If you were to refer to Don Miguel Ruiz and the 4 agreements, he would say, don't take anything personal and don't make assumptions. Those are 2 agreements, if you live by, will eliminate 90% of the conflict in your life. When we take things personal, it tends to equate to pain, and we tend to react to those things from a space of fear. A lot of the time, we don't have the whole story, so we go into assumption, because humans don't like to not understand. It seems like we're always filling in the blanks for what we don't know, so we go into assumption. And simply by asking questions, having the courage to ask the question, what did you mean by that? Or where did you hear that? Or is that true? Or something like that, rather than just going on the defense or the attack, you'll find a lot of miscommunications could be cleared up. And there are very peaceful ways to handle conflict. Even people that are trying to hurt me, sometimes instead of responding in kind, I do my best to understand the person and say, I wonder why this person is angry. What is it that has hurt them? What is it that they need from me? Is it validation? Is it clarity? Is it, sometimes it's love, sometimes it's acknowledgement. I find a lot of time that if I'm attacked, it's either out of judgment or assumption, and I work with the person to create clarity and find a common ground. It is said that arguments are not about winning or losing. They are about gaining knowledge, and they can assist our relationships in actually becoming stronger when approached the proper way. A lot of times I will take a couple of seconds to just breathe in between the time that I've received information, either in person or Facebook or email or text, process it, and then, wait 5 or 10 minutes before I respond. Sometimes I'll write a letter to that person without ever sending it to them, and I'll have somebody else read it and get their opinion on what my point of view is. And it sounds like a lot of work, but it just depends on if that relationship means anything to you. If that relationship means something to you, isn't it worth 5 seconds, 5 minutes it takes to write something down or take a breath? Don't make a permanent decision based on a temporary emotion. I could go on and on and on, but I'm going to leave you with that today. So let it be your inspiration today to choose either peace, which is, ask yourself, if I'm about to bring this thing up, I'm about to bring up some point of view, is it even necessary? Is this about me being right, or is this about me trying to connect with the person? So I challenge you today to choose peace, either through questioning your own motive or coming to another party from a space of love rather than a space of anger, judgment, or frustration. And you might just see some miracles happen in your life. Subscribe to my channel. Namaste. Inner peace out. I'll be at the gym. Woo!